Welcome to Now Found. My name is Courtney Cohen. So if God hardwired us for intimacy, then what gets in the way? What kills intimacy? In our last video, we were discussing the origin of intimacy with God and how God wants us to bring everything to Him. Nothing is too ugly, nothing is too petty or insignificant for us to bring to Him. And that is how we slowly develop intimacy with Him over time. It's just that naked vulnerability with our hearts before Him. So today I want to really dive into, if we are longing for that intimacy, what do we need to be aware of that might come against it? Growing up, I struggled with having a performance mentality. I would bring a paper or a test home, for example, and I would show my dad and I would say, "Look, I got a 93." And my dad, completely just teasing me and joking, because he always did that. He would say, "A 93, well, that's great, but you left about 7 points out there in the stratosphere somewhere. What are we going to do about that?" He was teasing. He meant it as completely harmless. But the enemy grabbed a hold of that and he told me, "You can never do enough. And you have to prove your worth in order to earn love and acceptance from the ones around you." So very young, this very flawed belief system was planted in my soul, and that carried me through many years regarding how close I let people get with my very real and raw emotions. I didn't feel like my emotions really mattered to other people, whether that was true or not. That's how I felt. And so I could never be nakedly vulnerable with my heart. I always felt like my performance mattered far more. And don't we just tend to feel that way sometimes? Whether we're parents or spouses or whether we're at work, it just, don't we tend to focus on our performance so much? Because we fear that if people see beyond our performance, then they're going to see our lack. See, we are desperate to feel safe. Many times when we don't feel safe, that's when we turn to ourselves for comfort, for assurance, for knowledge. It's too risky to be vulnerable. So we just trust in who we are and in what we think we know. We become self-reliant. But self-reliance kills intimacy. When I depend on my performance more than I am depending on God, I am absolutely squashing intimacy with Him. Depending on my own performance means that I trust in my own strength more than I trust in Him. When we are being self-reliant, we're believing a lie. That lie is that we have to earn God's affection. But the truth is, we can't earn God's affection. We can't earn His love. We can't earn His care. He already loves. He already cares. He's already here. And as we allow Him to develop who we are as human beings, as individuals, then the things that we do will emerge from that. But we can't create identity based on our actions. Our actions emerge from our identity. So I want to ask you, where do you rely on yourself more than you rely on God? Today I want to offer you a resource. I've written a book called Refining Identity, and it is all about learning who God is and who He has created you to be. In that knowing of who He is and who you are, that is where intimacy develops and grows. That's where self-reliance can be thrown off, because we can begin to trust who God is, knowing that He is a safe place to go with all of our nakedness, to go with our shame, to go with our ugliness and our petty, insignificant concerns. He is safe. So I want to encourage you to go get a copy of Refining Identity. You can get your copy at nowfound.org. It's also available at barnesandnoble.com and on Amazon. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And always remember, you are never too lost to be found.